Hello, 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 and welcome to our Tuesday night get-together. I'm Suzanne Runyon. Oh my gosh, there has been so many cool things that have happened in just this last week. So if you're new, this is our Tuesday night get-together. Now, I will say normally, although we've been all over the place, we're going to be at 8 o'clock. Thank you, Evelyn. 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights, and we do this every Tuesday night. So for all of you who are brand new, first off, I call everybody Crafting Cuties. Love you all. Number two, typically it's at 8 o'clock. So next week we will go to the 8 o'clock time. The only reason it varies is because of my on-air schedule. And yes, that does take priorities in the mind of the company, which I get it. So today it's 9:30, but next week it will be 8. So what's the show all about? Well, it's very, very different than what we do on the air. I don't know if you just saw me on the air, but what's really funny, I'm always like, and guess what? We actually take time to really show you some kits, and this one is brand new. I kind of teased to it on the air. We've been featuring it throughout the day, but tonight you're actually going to get to look at it, and we're going to walk you through how it works. It's a brilliant new tool. We've got techniques. Marilyn, my guest, she is one of the most creative people I've ever met in my life, and she always takes everything to that next level, so it's worth sticking around through the whole thing to see what she's going on. Hopefully I'll have a few surprises for you on techniques on what we're going to show you coming up. Okay, so that's kind of it. And again, you guys are a huge part of it. But here's what we're doing a little different. Again, if you're brand new, last week, not even a week ago, we went live with our brand new HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne page. And you guys had asked for it. I desperately wanted this for so long where you all could contribute to it. So as part of my shout outs, I'm not going to be able to get to everybody tonight. We're going to mix in what you guys have been doing and shouting out to all of you who are joining me live. And I'll tell you, please join the page. If you haven't been there yet, can we do it right now? Let's just go to it. So let's scroll down. If you haven't joined, come and join. And what's so cool is within just a couple of days, we already have almost 1,400 of you who are members of this new page. So thank you. I am so excited. Now, what's really neat is we're all a community in this, and we help each other. People have questions. I try to answer questions for everybody. We do polls. But what I really find so special is what you all are posting. Later on, as this continues to grow, I'm also going to ask you, hey, if you got a kit from, say, today, please post for me so the next time I do the page and show some of the finished projects, it might have come from a kit that you bought on our craft day. So again, look at all these new comments. I haven't gotten to them yet. I love it. This is what I love. People are posting their ideas. They're showing techniques. It's just been so much fun, and I love it. There's Star. She says, best workout ever, lifting all my deliveries from crafting day. Star has been making the cute cat cartoons for a really long time. Oh, that's so adorable. And I just love it. So please join our page, and I would love to see what you've come up with. If you have bought a lot today, or even a couple of kits, it would be really fun if you, when you get it at home, to create some stuff and then post it. Now, when we do our Technique Tuesday, which is every other Tuesday, I'm going to be highlighting specifically some of the techniques and some of the things you guys have posted. So we're going to pick a few people's picture, and we'll be featuring them every other Tuesday. So hello, Nikki. Thanks for joining us. It's so cute. All right, so I'm going to do my shout outs to those of you who are actually in the comment section. We're going to do that next. I got a lot to get to, and again, I apologize. I will not be able to get to everybody. Evelyn's here. DeWitt's here. I've got my A-team with me. Guys, if someone's a first timer, please note it for me, because I certainly won't be able to get to everybody, but I'm going to try a lot. All right, Kathy's here, and Mary's here from South Carolina. Loretta's here from tuning in from Texas. B's here from Connecticut. Oh, by the way, if you're a first timer, please put first timers, and then I know I'll make sure and shout out to you. B's joining us. Sharon's here from Boston. Lori's joining us from New Jersey. Mary Ann's here from Elizabeth, PA. Georgia is here from New York. We've got Sandra joining us from Ohio, my home state. I am a Buckeye girl. We have Wanda from Lancaster, PA, down by the Amish country. I used to live not too far from there. We have Mary. She says, I bought 10 things today. Yeah, I kind of want to know you're enjoying today. Did you get the Today Special from Anna? Have you found some really cool kits? If you missed out, I'm going to pick up, I just did it live. It's huge. It's an aqua, it's a Spectrum Noir aqua and a marker, huge Academy kit, and it's originally like $159, and we've got it at $59. I'm buying that tonight when I get off this, because it's just such a good deal, and you get access to these cool classes. It's called the Academy. Could you look that up, Evelyn, if you get a chance? I'll just give you guys the item number, and you can check it out yourself. That is what I'm buying. I thought I wouldn't get shot much today, and of course, I am, just like you all. All right, here we go. So Mary's joining us and Wanda's here. Janet, hi. She says, hi, Suzanne and Crafting Cuties from Marietta, Georgia. I'm an all-the-timer. Thank you. That's so cute. Vicky's here. Adam's here. Hi, Adam Hubbard. I know Adam Hubbard. We have Sue joining us from Illinois. Michelle's joining us Michael's joining us from Metro Detroit. Hi, Michael. Welcome back. Haven't heard from you in a while. Janet's joining us from Kansas. Lee from North Carolina. Adam says, happy 2023 to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy New Year, everybody. Nancy's joining us from wet northern California. Be careful in California. Hopefully this flooding has stopped. Eve says, hi, Suzanne from PA. Lanine's joining us, and she says, ready for some more crafty goodness. That's so cute. Sharon says, love your shirt. Is it an HSN item? No, it is not. I actually bought this as a local indie market from an artist who is down from New York. So isn't this fun? Normally I don't wear wild things like this, but hey, it's craft day, and I thought it was really cool, so I decided to wear it. So yeah, it's kind of a one of a kind. Kathy says, Leanne, hi, me from Rochester, what's MN? Minnesota, right? Yeah. Rochester, Minnesota. Darlene, hi, watching all day from Moline, Illinois. Gotta love that. Donna says, good evening. Denise is here. She said, hello, I did so much shopping today. I know, it was fun, right? I'm not even done yet. I'm gonna get it in before midnight. Nicole says, hi from Northwest Indiana. So happy to be here. Diane says, hello from Tom Rivers, New Jersey. I do know where that is. Karen, hello, Suzanne. Been shopping since midnight with you. Well, thanks for hanging out. Do you have toothpicks in your eyes? A lot of caffeine today, right? Jen says, hello, Crafting Cuties from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Love Grand Rapids. Jonathan, hi, Suzanne, writing from Williamstown, Massachusetts. Well, hello, Jonathan. I love all my Crafting Cuties. Lincoln, Nebraska is Julie. Sandy's here from the Treasure Coast. Nancy, please, where did you get the jacket? Yeah, I hope you heard. I know part of me shouldn't have worn it because a lot of people are asking, but again, this is a one-of-a-kind piece I bought from an artist here locally who is visiting locally from New York. Pat's here and Teresa's here. Janice is here. She made it. Yay, Janice. Myrna is here. Hi, Myrna. Welcome back. Kristen is here from Chicago. I love it. Julie's here. Hope all of you found as much fun new stuff this craft day as I did. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. Jerry, hi from Booking, South Dakota. We have Joy here and so excited to see Lisa. Well, yes, I mentioned it's a Lisa Horton item, but Lisa's not here, but Marilyn is going to be joining me, who I love her, and she's wildly creative. So no, I did not convince Lisa to join us just yet. It was so funny because Sarah thought it was her as well, but we do have one of her brand new tools coming up. So I'm excited we have Lisa's tools on with us tonight. And again, no one's seen this yet, so it's really fun. All right, Robin says, please tell us where did you get your jacket? I kind of explained that. Sorry, Robin. Chips is from Philippines. Oh, that's cool. We've never had anybody watching from the Philippines. Oh my gosh. Hello, that is so cool. Oh, that's exciting. Claudia is joining us, and Kathy, and make sure I get to everybody if I can. Michelle is joining us from Tupper Lake, New York. Is that where they make Tupperware? Oh, I know. That's a horrible joke. I also do horrible jokes as well. We throw that in. Myrna says, enjoying a day. I'm glad you are. Star is joining us from California, my Californians. Kim is here from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Love Albuquerque. Labati, I hope I said it right, is from Northeast Pennsylvania. Joy, love the new page, Suzanne. So much fun to share. I love it. I'll tell you, I've never been more excited about something than seeing all your projects and posting and people asking questions and other people answering and helping. And it's wonderful. And I really hope we grow that page to be something truly spectacular and special. So invite friends, get people to join the page, and I really love seeing your finished projects. I'm so inspired by what I've seen so far, and I love all the tips. Everybody loves tips, so just love all of that. Okay, going on. Julie's here. Carol, Elaine's joining us. Susan loves the new page. Thank you, Susan. Roxanne's joining us, or Roseanne. I'm sorry, Roseanne bought several things today on Crafting Day. Yay. Julie's here. Susan's here. Did join the page. Thank you for doing that. Janice says, hiya. Marilyn, hi from New Jersey. Got 6 things so far today. Love it. Debbie and Victoria and Jerry. I'm a first timer from South Dakota. Hi, Jerry. Welcome. We have Coletta. Hi, Coletta. Welcome back. She's joining us from Kansas. Deborah, hello and Happy New Year to everyone from OHIO. Go Bucks. Yes, we do football talk every now and then. Eagles have a big game coming up. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I'm ready to chew my arm off. I'm so nervous about the Eagles.
They got some rest.
They got a bye week, right? They got a bye week. Poor Bucks got their kicked. If you watched the game last night, that was bad. Whoo-wee. But we hate Dallas, so I was because we're Eagles fans. So I was actually rooting for the Bucs because I also like Tom Brady. Enough football talk. we do diverge into football talk every now and then.
The kicker was playing for the Bucs.
I know, really. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this. It's like the news of the sports. They had a kicker for Dallas who missed 4 field goals. 4. Well, point afters, right? 4 in one game. It's like he wanted Dallas to lose. All right, first timers. Sandra, hello. Kristen, hello. Lori, Loretta, Beth, Cheryl, Christina, hello. All right, we got to get going because there's so many of you I know wants to get into our project. Keep monitoring for me if anybody has a question or if they have a really good shout out, just let me know, Evelyn, if you don't mind, because we got to get going. All right, here we go, guys. So we're going to take my overhead shot, and I'm very excited about this because I love any tool that makes your life easier. I especially love a tool that has multiple personalities, and this one totally does. Now, the first thing, and again, this is from Lisa Horton. We love her. She worked for several big crafting companies and then decided 7 years to go out on her own, and she's become just a favorite around the world, and she is from England. This is our Ultimate 2, and it's the multi-tool system. Now, our price is $59.95. Today, we have 5 flex for today only, which means you can get it home for $12 on any major credit card. Please remember, at midnight, this is going to change. If you spend $75 or more in one single day, everything ships for free, and that's across everything at HSN. So if you get this, maybe add a little something to your cart to get the $75, and then you save a lot in the shipping. Okay, in this kit, Marilyn's going to take us really through it, but I want you to know you get a really cool little felt carrying case with a pocket. You're going to get tools, which Marilyn will explain all that in just a second. Then she'll explain this too, because it's really cool and multifunctional. What's also available, which Marilyn and I'm going to play with, and she is too, is we have a stencil set. It's called the Layering Stencils, and this one is called the Wildflower Spray. It comes with the stencils, and you get a die comes in there. I'm going to use the die in one of my demos. And then also there's called the Wildflower Spray. This is the 3D embossing folder. And when Lisa does embossing folders, she doesn't screw around. It is incredibly dimensional. So it'll bring what we're going to do with the stencils to life. And we're going to do all that using this brand new tool tonight. So there's item numbers for the stencils and for the embossing folder. The item number for the stencil is 1341394. It's $24.99. That's here. And then the embossing folder is 1341391. So you have the embossing folder as well. Okay, so you can get all of that right now. And now, truly one of the most creative people that I know, Marilyn Olskamp, is joining us, as she does many, many times on our Tuesday nights, to tell us all about it. Hello, my love, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and everyone out there.
You're my first guest.
Great to be here.
We did a Technique Tuesday last week, so thank you for being the new guest in our brand new season. So Marilyn, I was talking about you on the air, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so creative, she's so good. I told everybody, you got to stick around to see everything she's going to show us, because it's really, you always take everything kind of that next cool level. But I was saying about this, I love a tool, but I really love it when it does a whole lot of jobs.
Exactly. And when you have everything at your fingertips, I think that's what's really nice, because you're going to be able to do so many things with this tool. And it's specifically designed for Lisa Horton's layering stencils. But you've got a scoreboard on the back, and you get this lovely silicone mat that's going to allow you to do your blending. You can stamp on it. It has a grid, so you can actually line things up. This is the center, so that can help you if you're trying to plan things out. This is the unique thing about this tool, the peg system that allows you to place your layering stencils there. It's going to make coloring with your layering stencils so simple and easy. And then you've got a little storage space here. This little lid pops out. Whoops, I kind of went too far. You can see it there, and you can actually store your tool in here and your tips. And your tool that you get comes with a pickup tool, so a wax tip, and there are replacements for these if you use it. So that's going to help you pick up your jewels or sequins or something to add to your projects. And then on the other side, you have a stylus, and you actually get 4 tips altogether, but 3 additional tips. One's kind of a pokey tool, and then there's different size of the stylus balls. So from the larger one to a very small one. So you can get fine embossing with your with the scoreboard on the back. Now these, to change them, there is you kind of just pull it off, and then the tip, you can pull it out and you can place a different tip in. I'm going to put the same one back because this is the one I want to use this evening. And then you just put the what holds it in back on top. So you can actually store your extra little stylus tips in the lid. So you can store them in there. They do fit. So you can have everything all together. And then to top it off, you also get a little die. And this die allows you to create holes in maybe existing stencils you have, or I'm going to show you how you might use it for stencils that don't have a thick enough layer to cut the holes. But basically, this will cut through the stencils that you might already have, and then you can use them with this tool. So that's really great and very handy, because you'll see how the system works and how it makes your stenciling so much easier. And then I'm just going to flip this over to show you. I'm just going to put my little lid thing back here. So I'm just going to turn it over, and on the back side, you have a scoreboard. So many tools at your fingertips to make a lot of different items. And I've made some envelopes and some boxes just because we have the scoreboard. So you can use that for lots of ways to enhance your projects. So Suzanne mentioned that, so Lisa Horton, she likes to coordinate things. And this is her layering stencil, the wildflower spray that we're going to show you this evening. And this has 6 different layering stencils. And if you're not familiar with layering stencils, basically you put one down, you color over the areas. This happens to be the leaves, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then you lift this off, and then you place the next one down. Now, in Lisa Horton stencils, it's kind of hard to see, but maybe I can show you.
There it is.
Oh,
yep,
there you go.
See it.
Perfect. They're numbered in the corners. So you start with 1, and then you know how they're supposed to be placed. And this one has 6 different stencils to make the wildflower spray design. And then, like Suzanne was saying, Lisa also has coordinating embossing folders. Now, the die actually comes with the embossing folder. So it's the embossing folder and die. And
I apologize. I said that wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, but that's okay. It's but they all coordinate, and we're going to show you how you can use them to make lots of beautiful items. Now, you can buy each item separately. You don't have to buy it all. But this tool works with the stencils, and you can see how the stencils are going to just fit on the peg system, and now they're not going to move. And this silicone mat, it's not attached to your Ultimate tool, but it will hold or grip your paper. So with the stencil peg system and the silicone mat, once you put your item underneath here, like your paper, or I'm going to actually use an embossed design this evening, then it's going to stay in place. And then you just lift your stencils off, put the next one down, and very quickly you'll have a beautiful design. Now, hey, I thought
real quick, Marilyn, hang on 1 second for me. I want to get some comments in because you guys are having a ball. First off, hi to Donna, Maureen, Vivian, Debbie, and Terry. You're all first timers. I love it. Joy says, I want to read Joy's. She says, I really need some help with my stenciling. The system seems amazing. Had to get Lisa's stencils too. Yeah, and I just want to, I'm prefacing this before we start playing with it because it's really cool. And guys, I'm going to show you on mine. So I was digging around my stencils because I have a lot of them at home, right? Now, all Lisa's stencils will work with her system, but I found this stencil. This is from my diamond press, right? And what you do is you're going to take this and you're going to run this through a machine. So now all of your stencils can be converted to fit on here because I thought, Marilyn, this is one of the most clever things in the whole wide world. Here's another stencil. This is from Sizzix, right? And again, I'm going to go run this through my die cutting machine with that little, don't lose this. This is really crucial. And now I can convert all these stencils, and you can see they have different holes from different manufacturers, right? Now they can all be consistent to work back with this. So I just thought this one little thing was absolutely brilliant that they included with it. So that's included. So Joy, when you're talking about maybe you bought Lisa's stencils, you've had them before, or you have a whole lot of stencils like I do that don't work with the system. Now you've got the way to convert it because of this little die that's included. So I just kind of wanted to highlight that, Marilyn, because I thought it was so cool. Also, Kathy has a comment here that I really like. She said, where is it? I think it was earlier, sorry. She said, oh, I gotta find it. Oh, Joy says, hi, Marilyn, so excited to get Lisa's tool. We've heard so many great things about it. I love Lisa's embossing folders too. And then there was what did Kathy say earlier? Everybody's commenting, so I'm having a tough time finding it, darn it. Kathy just said that she really loves, I think it was basically that she really loves Lisa's products, and she really loves this as well. Gosh, we'll try to find it. Do you know? Oh, she said the ultimate is amazing. Yeah, so I just want to make, because she already has it, and want to make sure you guys knew of that nice compliment she had made towards the thing. Lenine says the pole die, or the peg hole die is a game changer. 100%. And Joy says that's what sold me on the tool was this little guy. So don't lose it and don't throw it out when you open the box if you wonder what the heck it is. Now, one more thing before we move on. Right now, you guys, Lisa has done a full tutorial on this this tool, right? A full tutorial. We have the link right there, so either copy that down, like copy and paste it somewhere, or don't go away yet because it'll take you to her video, but there is a really awesome YouTube video that walks you through the whole thing, talking about how the measurement works, walking you through the scoring side of it and all that kind of good stuff. So I just want you to know that there's the link, and I want you to copy that down or copy and paste it somewhere. And when you get a minute, because Marilyn and I are going to go through it, but still you might want to learn directly from Lisa as well, use that link. Just make sure you knew it was there because we're a full service live event here. We want to make sure you have great success with this. Myrna says, I bought it and didn't know that converter tool was included. So great. That's funny. So there we go. Yeah, you look at this. When I first opened the box, Marilyn, I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's important, right? I thought, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's something that fell off of it or whatever. And then I was like, oh, no, wait, I watched Lisa's video and I said, oh, daggone, that's a die. How funny is that?
Yes, it's great.
All right, I'm sorry. So go ahead. I just want to get some comments in because everybody's commenting so lovely like.
Okay, so I'm going to use a die cut. Now you don't have, it doesn't matter the order you do it. In Lisa's video, she actually does it on paper first, and then she cuts it out, and then she colors it. But this evening, I'm going to actually use an embossed design to color. So this is the die cut that comes with the embossing folder. And then you place your die cut inside the embossing folder, lining it up. And then this is the beautiful dimensional embossed design that you get from Lisa's. Now, these are 3D embossing folders. So you'll have to use the sandwich that comes with whatever machine you have. Now I'm just going to line this up. This is my first stencil, so number 1. And I'm just going to line it up so that I can emboss it. Now it fits right in there. Now you can use it's best to use inks that will blend. So I'm going to use dye inks today, and but you can use like whatever inks you have, see what works best. Okay, so I have it lined up here, and I'm just going to start very lightly, and I'm just going to use a few colors. I'm going to use this green, and then I'm going to start light, and then the next layer I'm also going to use it. I'm just using a blending brush. I'm going to tap a little bit off. I can use this because the silicone mat keeps the ink, and then I can just pick some up again, and then it will just wipe off with a little bit of water. And if you use inks that might stain it a little bit, then you can use some alcohol to clean it off.
You know what? I also used baby wipes and it came off. I used baby wipes and it came off really easy.
Right. Yes. So you can, whatever you usually use. And the stencils will just wipe off as well. So I'm just using, I'm not, doing any fancy blending, but in the video, Lisa shows you how you can do some, use a little bit of different colors of ink to even blend the leaves. So I've got my first layer, which is kind of nice when you do this, you get the reveal every time. So now I've got some green on there. Now I'm going to choose my second layering die. And again, the number's always in the upper left corner. I'm going to use the same ink, and I'm just going to go over, so it's going to be darker in these little areas here.
Well, you know why you're doing this, I'm going to read some. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to read some more comments.
Okay.
Kathy says, also Lisa's Facebook page, Crafting with Lisa Horton, is a great page to get lots of info and inspiration. Thanks, Kath. Emily says, I'm doing love heart your, I don't understand that one, but okay. Let's see. I want to keep going on. Let's see. Jerry, my sister name is Shelley with the spelling Such a Small World. Angie says, anyone know what the cabinet is behind Adam on set? Oh,
they're watching live show.
Oh, I love it. I love you guys because you're watching Adam and you're watching me at the same time. So I totally love that. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. I'm sorry, Marilyn. I just want to make sure I caught up with everybody.
Okay. So in this particular design, there are 6 layering stencils. However, it will depend on the design how many stencils come with the layering stencil. So if you go online, you'll see that there's lots of different florals to choose from. I've got a couple other ones that I did use. Now, some of her embossing folders and die sets don't come with stencils, but she has a lot of stencils, and I think more recently she always has a layering stencil set that matches her embossing folders.
The folders are so beautiful. That 3D folder is really magnificent.
Yes. Even just using it as an embossing folder, like without even coloring it, it's very, very, very nice.
And you know what I brought in to show everybody too? This is from Sizzix, but if any of you have, and this is like almost a gold wax, and this is really beautiful because if you open that up and use it on the embossing folder and you rub over it, it's going to pick up on all the edges. So there you go. This, along with a white card with the embossing folder, would be absolutely stunning. You see, it's beautiful, and it picks up all that gold. So that's another idea for you if you're getting the embossing folder to go with it.
Yeah, so those just that you can just rub on, they're very nice because it, as you say, it just picks up and highlights the higher areas on the embossing folder. So I just used, I used the same pink twice, and now I'm going to add sort of a purple color for the next layer. And you can see, like, I haven't moved my design, and it all just stays in place. Now, Lisa is planning on adding more accessories to this tool.
Really?
Different things that will probably work with it. And as well, on her stencils, I think she's going to start to include some sentiments in the open spaces of the stencil, and maybe some piercing patterns as well, because that'll work with the tools. So those are just some brainstorming ideas, I believe, that she's had. So it might take a little bit before they're on the market, but she does plan to add to the tool. So if you're planning on getting the tool, then you know you can look for some accessories to come out a little bit later.
Okay, so I just want to show you mine. It's very one-dimensional. It's funny because I didn't use the 3D yet, but even being on a flat dimension, look at how cool that is. I mean, it just gives it so many layers, and it automatically adds in like shading and effects. And guess what? I'm just grabbing ink colors. I mean, I definitely went with green for the greenery, but you know, but look at yours, and look at how cool that 3D is, right? It isn't, but it's gorgeous just by using the stencil itself. It's just so amazing what you can do. And you only used how many colors? 3, 4?
I used 3.
3.
3,
That's
really.
beautiful.
I just went over to create the darker. So I used the same green, the same pink, and then a second pink. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty good side by side there.
Yeah, isn't that funny? We both ended at the same time. All right, so I'm going to show you guys something else I did, if you don't mind, Marilyn. I kind of went a little cray-cray on mine. I wanted to see what it would look like to do a single color. I thought, well, you know, because Marilyn said, hey, you don't have to use all the stencil if you don't want to. So I wanted to try it just with using black ink, just black regular ink. And what I did was I just used my hand lighter and then heavier and layered just a couple of the stencils together. So let me show you what I finished. We'll show you on the overhead. Look at that. So if you did color, that's one look. But that is just using one single ink with different pressure, and then interchanging the stencils, right? So you'll have a lot of fun with this. And then what I did was I did a second design of this and cut it out. And I made it so it's actually going to match the pattern. So you go like this, and when you put it all together, let me make sure I get this right because I worked hard on it. I'll do it this way. What I do is you line up where the flower is, and what happens is it makes that pop off the card. How you like that, Marilyn?
That's pretty creative, Suzanne. Very nice.
I was pretty proud of that one, actually.
Black and white. Yes.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, really, really interesting, right? The black and white look. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. And here I go. I'm going to print this right up. And what happens is if you repeat the pattern, then cut it out, see how this follows it into the actual design? All the little leaves go out like that. So isn't that cool? Just want to show you guys that idea.
Very nice.
And I'm going to actually use my diamond press, and I'm going to run, this is another version I did. I had a lot of fun with this. Another version I did was using that color format, and I'm just going to run it through my marquee. I do want to mention the Diamond Press ink and pad daubler. Oh yes, thank you, Evelyn. That's what I'm using, guys. This is a whole set from Diamond Press. It's a hot mess. You can tell I love it, and I use it a lot. It's an entire set. We have it in stock. That's amazing. It's $797,231. You get all the inks, and you get this interchangeable dauber. And Bonnie asks, what's the difference between the Ultimate 1 and Ultimate 2? Do you know the difference between the original and number 2, Marilyn?
Yes. So the Ultimate 1 actually has a lid that comes over it for stamping. However, because of the copyright with the MISTI, it can't be sold in the US. So this Ultimate 2 doesn't have that lid for stamping, and it has a scoreboard. So those are the differences. The other one has the silicone mat, the peg system, and a lid. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys. Show them that one. That's stunning.
Yes. So what I did with this, it's maybe hard to see, but because I used the embossing folder and I had the die, I actually cut a green layer, and then I can actually cut the layer sort of down the middle. And then it will allow me to do a shadow all over. Because otherwise, if you did a shadow, you would only get one side.
Oh,
but
yeah,
by
that's a great
doing
idea.
it strategically, you see how I have the little cut area, then I can do it all over.
It's so funny because great minds think alike. I did the same concept and I used black. And I was just going to actually do, not split it, but I was just going to do a drop shadow like that, you guys. Isn't that cool? So again, same idea. I just used black, and that's just using the outline die, and then using black, and I'll put it down so you guys can see it. Isn't that neat how it just makes it really, really pop off your page when you're using it? So, ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I love that color combination.
Yeah, the yellow is pretty. Now this, I just did the stencil, so it's flat or a 1-layer card. And then I made a coordinating envelope.
That's great.
So I did a little piece of the stencil on the envelope. And I used the scoreboard to make this envelope. So I thought if we had time, I could show you how to do that.
Absolutely.
Because I also made a coordinating envelope. So this is a 5x7 for this design.
Okay, so Kathy has a question. Sorry, Marilyn, I want to answer Kathy's question before I get too many questions. I can't remember to get back to it. All right, she was saying, how do you use the die that comes with it? So let me show you guys one more time. Do not throw this out when you get it. This is really crucial. And it's very funny. It plops out and you're like, I don't know what that is, right? And then you realize, oh my goodness. So if you have other stencils, this one's from Diamond Press. All you do is you're going to tape it, you're going to take it, put it in the center on here. I would put a little washi tape just to hold it stable, and you're going to run it through any die cutting machines you have, okay? So you can take, that's a stencil from Diamond Press. This is actually a stencil from Sizzix that I have, a layering stencil. And so again, I would place it right here, tape it down, I'm going to run it through, and then here's what you do. When you have a second stencil, get a little black marker, and you want to make sure and place it at the exact same place that you did your original stencil so that the layers work right. So put a little dot there, place it, run it through, then do your next layer the same way. So Kathy, I hope that explains what this little piece of metal is, because that's going to make the holes that convert your existing stencils to work in Lisa's system. Okay, is that good? Everybody get it? All right, good. Yeah, you could. You could do this and actually just do the actual measurements right here and dot, and then run it through your machine.
And then what I actually did as well is because I have some stencils here that actually don't have a lot of space to die cut to use. So what I did was I die cut the holes out of a piece of paper. Then I attached a piece of acetate on top of that. I can put this over my pegs. And now all I have to do is I can actually just take a piece of tape and I can tape it to it.
That's really clever.
And then you can see, like, I'm tugging on this, and the stencil is going to stay in place. This isn't a layering stencil, but it doesn't matter. When you're stenciling, your stencil won't move and your paper is not going to move. So, you can just lift it up, see, did you get the pattern you wanted, or do you need to do it again, or did you want to shade a little differently? Because of the plastic or acetate, the tape just comes off, so you can reuse it. And then you can also use it for smaller stencils. I have this tiny little stencil. Now I could put holes in this one, but it might put it too high up. So again, I can just tape it in place. So you can use it for all sorts of stencils. Just be a little creative, and you can just reuse this time and time again.
I told you Marilyn comes up with the best ideas, right? Star says beautiful work. Susan says envelopes so pretty, both of them. Joy says the envelopes are beautiful, Marilyn. Then we have Coletta says love the coordinating envelopes. Lenine says the peg die can be stored in one of the chambers. Yes, it can. So this little thing fits into the chambers on the side to store it. Joy says, brilliant, Marilyn, in adapting the stencils. That really was smart. Sandra, is the stencil you're using the only one she currently has that comes with the coordinating dies? I couldn't find any others that included both in the description. So what she's asking, Marilyn, is these stencils coordinate back to the three-dimensional folder, basically the items we're selling with it. Does she have more of that combination? Do you know, Marilyn?
Oh, there's lots actually. So I made this box before we go. So I stenciled, and you can see how it goes down the side.
Oh, wow.
And I made the box.
Do you have time to show us the, do you have time to show us making an envelope or a box or whatever?
Yeah, I should be able to, yeah. So this is another set. This is layering stencil sunflower and roses. And it's also comes with an embossing folder as well. So it would be the sunflower and roses embossing folder. And you can see that's just the white embossing folder. And then I have some colored designs.
That's gorgeous.
Now this one, you can cut different pieces out. I made a few different size cards. This one's square, and then this one's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you see, I kind of used just the stencil on the background, and then I added the die cut on top. So you can use just portions of the stencil. You don't have to use it all if you just thought you liked one flower. And this one I just modified. I cut some pieces off and tucked it underneath. So that's another set. And then I actually have, which I thought was quite interesting. I'm just trying to find my designs. It's a whole flower set and a leaf set.
Pretty.
So you get 2 roses, 2 sunflowers, 2, I don't know what those, cornflowers
Daisy, maybe?
And then there's another leaf set. So you can mix and match, and they're single dies. So you've got lots of options there, and you get, this is the embossing folder. I'll show you.
Wow, that is so cool. Now, you guys are asking, we have a ton of Lisa's stuff on hsn.com. So while Marilyn's showing you all this, we have a ton of her stuff. So if you're loving just that one that you just showed, Marilyn, and all that, guys, go to .com, look up Lisa Horton, and all this stuff will come up. There's tons of it. Sorry, Marilyn, I just want to let everybody know that while they're shopping.
There's lots. Oh, here's the pictures of that's the leaves. So you get like an ivy, a maple leaf, and then other leaves you can use for your flowers. And I used some of the leaves here on the background. I just tucked them under. And then I also just shaded the card. And again, I'll quickly try and show you that just because it's so simple with the silicone mat. So this is the flower set. So it gives you lots of options if you like different flowers, and of course, just change the colors, and you've got lots and lots of ways to use it.
That's so true.
All right, so I thought, well, maybe what we would do is flip this over, and I will show you how I made the envelope. So this is, I thought what I would do, because when you make small cards, you don't always have envelopes for them. So I thought, okay, well, I'll make a small envelope. This is a 3x3 card. And this, basically what you need to do is add about an inch to whatever size width your card is. So this is 4 inches. And then the length, you want it to be at least twice, right? Because it's got to fold around the card. And then it depends on how wide you want the flap. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scoring tool, and I'm just going to score at 1/4 inch on each edge. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to, let's say I'm going to have an 1.5 inch flap at the top. And then I have to make sure I have 3 inches here. So I have an 1.5 inch, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to add a little bit because I want to, okay. So now, and this is actually a little bit long, so I'm going to trim it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom flaps. And you might say, why is she doing that? But it will be clear in a minute. Now, if you happen to have a corner punch and you want to make a fancy corners on your flaps, you could do that. Now I'm going to just fold in my edges. I'm going to put a little piece of tape along there, and then I have my envelope.
Thank you.
I'm actually going to, well, I guess I can do this way. Because my bottom flap is a little bit shorter than the upright, if you tape it from the bottom flap, you won't add too much tape. So now, because we have that little 1/4 inch that I scored and folded in, that gives you some space, especially if you have dimension in your card. You can see how easily that slips in, and then I have my card and envelope. Now I can decorate my envelope if I like. I can use a corner punch and trim the corners. So very quickly, you have an envelope. And because you've got so stencils, then you can decorate it as well.
Oh, true. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Okay, couple comments real quick. Roxanne wanted to know the item numbers for the flower sets. You know, the one that had the individual flowers with the long thing. Which we're going to try to find it for you, Roxanne. If not, you might have to go to hsn.com, but we're still going to try to find it. Barbara says, so beautiful. Joy says, wow, I love that we can design our own compositions with the single flower and leaf stencils. Yeah, the one that had all the single ones, Evelyn. Yeah, that one right there. What's the name of that one, Marilyn?
It's called Layering Stencils Flower Blooms. And
we're going to try to find it for you.
The other one is Foliage Elements.
Foliage Elements? That's the leaves and the flowers.
And flower blooms.
Okay. Eve says, thank you so much, Suzanne and Marilyn. She always appreciates the wonderful ideas and tips. Quetta, I hope I said it right, said that's cool. Suzette, hello from Canada. We have Canadian tonight. Carol says, wow, this is the easiest instructions on how to make an envelope. Thanks. Joy says, love that. Eve says, love that. Lenine says, love the envelope demo. Thank you. Loretta says, I never made envelopes before. It looks great. Susan says, great envelope demo. Coletta says, so sweet. Debbie said, really easy to make envelopes. Love this. Suzette loved the flowers. Barbara says, very pretty. I want to make sure I get everybody's comments in here. Are you, Evelyn she's got her eyes squinting and she's scrolling to try to find the item number of those items. She's so cute. She's like, you need some glasses? You want to borrow my glasses? I'll let them. She's so young too. I don't know. You know. Anyway, but I want you to see, I just did super basic, but even just making, mine's very basic compared to what Marilyn did, but even making just a really clean score is important to have that scoring tool as an option. It's boxes, it's bigger envelopes, it's envelopes that are wider, so if you make those really big stuffy cards, you can do so much with the scoring tool. So again, I think that's what makes this kit so unique is just the variety of things that you can do once you have the tool tool itself from Stenciling. And remember, when you flip it over and you put the silicone on, this even takes heat, Marilyn. So if you love to do embossing,
Yes.
if you use a heat tool, if you want to put your, let's say you use a glue gun and you just want to set it down without having to worry about it, this actually takes heat as well. So, and then also you can do reverse stamping, which is neat. It means you stamp down, you put your paper down, you flip it over, and then you can stamp on that paper and make a mirror image. So it'll do that too. So this is really a super, super convenient tool. If you're doing watercolor techniques, let's say, you know, or you want to do a marker here, add water in your painting, like watercolor paints with stamping, it can handle that too, and it washes off, or you can use a baby wipe or whatever. But Marilyn, I just wanted to point out just how really incredible this tool is and how versatile it is.
Absolutely. And I'm just sort of using it to do some shading. I mean, often when you want to shade, say, just the edges or something of your design, you take it off your paper and you start and you go in. But on this mat, you can just grab the excess ink and just keep using it all. You don't really waste anything. And it just makes it so easy and so easy to clean up.
Yeah, which I love that too. Okay, so I'm going to make sure we get all our questions in and say hello. Julie says, great show. Suzette says, I love my Ultimate too. Maureen says, I've never seen Lisa Horton products demonstrated on HSN. I'll be sure to look it up. Yeah, actually, we just talked about her kit today on HSN. This is the first time we're actually demoing it and featuring it. So Marilyn, I'm hoping we can do more of Lisa's stuff with you, which would be amazing because it's so good. Do I have any time left, or do I have to kind of wrap it up? Am I? 8 minutes? Okay. Well, Marilyn, here's what we do. We got about 8 minutes to go. Do you want to show us anything? I always love showing everything you have, and I hate missing anything.
Okay. Well, I did do a box, so I don't know if.
Yeah, let's see it.
I don't think I'll be able to stencil it, but so again, using your scoring tool, the box is fairly simple. You need to just decide how big you want your box. So whatever size box, this is about 4 inches square. And then you add however deep you want your box. So this is going to make a box that's about 2 inches deep. But if the little box I made here, I just made 1 inch. You can see that there. And I made it so that the lid would cover the entire bottom. But you can make it, if it's a wider, you don't have to make the lid to cover the entire design. So you just decide what size you want the bottom to be, then add 2 times the how deep you want it to be to the measurements, and then cut your design. Once you have it, then you're going to score the depth that you want, and you're going to do that all around the box. Then all I did was I cut 2 pieces here into the square and here, and now I've added some tape on it. And I'm just going to peel the tape back, but it's pretty simple. You just have to fold it in. You can see like that, and then the tape is going to hold this, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, the thing about Lisa's tool too is that if you look very closely, the scoring on the left-hand side is fairly close to the edge, whereas there's a ridge on the right. And so that actually is perfect for boxes because you need your lid to be slightly larger than the base in order for it to slide over the base. So when you score, if you score your lid from the right-hand side over, so say I wanted 2 inches from the right, and then you do 2 inches from the left for your base, then you'll get the perfect dimensions for your lid and your base of the box. So that's just a little tip. And so the lid is going to be the same because I've just used it on the other side. And then what I would do is I would actually, so I've got the lid here, I would stencil now on it if I wanted to decorate it, or I could add some of the flowers. I have a few extra flowers, so I could always do that. So whatever you want. So you have the box. So here's my base. I use fairly heavy cardstock, so it's a nice firm, kind of like a bakery box or so. And so now I could stencil and decorate my lid, and then I would do it exactly the same way, and then it would fit over the box. Right. So again, you've got your scoreboard that you can use to create boxes. And of course, if you get the stencil set or use other stencils you have, you can also decorate them, or decorate them with flowers, or I have a few extra flowers here from the flower set.
Okay, so guys, a couple of you are asking again. Evelyn is feverishly looking up where that flower set is. I just encourage you, Roxanne, I know you're asking specifically, if you go to hsn.com and type in the search engine on the homepage, Lisa Horton, it'll take you to everything. And you guys can dig around. Poor Evelyn is trying to find it, but there's a whole bunch of stuff from Lisa. So again, please go on our website and go down and you'll see what we have from Lisa, because we have a ton of stuff. That's about the best I can do at the moment. I love this. Jennifer said, beautiful card, Suzanne, thank you. Maureen said, I've never seen Lisa Horton. Oh, you said we already did that one. Nancy said, my husband is going to look for a support group for me. I spend so much every craft day. Yeah, we have a group. If you want support group, go to HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne, our brand new Facebook page. We'll support you for sure. Kawita says that's a great idea. Julie says you're not alone. She was commenting to Nancy's comment. Loretta says it's been wonderful tuning in tonight. Looking forward to Tuesdays now. Well, thank you, Loretta. We're so happy you're here. Barbara said support group to support your habits. LOL. Lenine says, can you please put a link to Suzanne's Crafty Facebook page? Lenine, before I'm done, we're going to go back to that page and show it to you again. So hopefully we can help you out to get there. Also, on my Suzanne Runyon HSN page, my normal host page, I have links there that take you to our brand new HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne page, our group. So if you go to my HSN page, you just scroll down, you'll see me talk about it, and you'll see links that'll take you to the brand new group page that we've started this week. One more thing. Oh, yes. Okay, if you go down to the bottom of your comments, you're going to see a link to shop for this episode. If you click on that, you'll directly be taken to the products that you've seen tonight and a whole bunch of other products that we have that we feature on Tuesday nights. So you can hit that link to shop. It's right there. It starts with https:// Go ahead and hit that. Don't be scared of that thing, okay? Lauren's helping you out there, and that will link you to be able to shop directly to the products that we're featuring. And that's great. I want to get to, let's see. Nancy said, good, misery loves company. We're all together. Maureen said, so easy, great demo. Susan, how do you keep the glue or whatever it is used to stick paper, etc., together from drying out? Have gone to cards made a year ago. They're falling apart. Well, I'll tell you what, and Marilyn, I'm sure you have a great suggestion. I use just really good double adhesive, double stick tape runners. Marilyn, do you find that works pretty well for this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I tend to really like double-sided tape, but there are some double-sided tapes that are better than others. And I'm not sure which brand you have on the website. I know Be Creative is actually very strong. It also has lots of different widths. So you can go from the very narrow to a thicker tape. I also like glue, but I tend to use tape more. I use glue for certain things. Yeah, I guess you just have your preferences. There's, yeah, I don't know exactly what's on the website, but I like the Creative Expressions acrylic glue. So it's a dries clear glue, but there's lots of glues on the market. But yeah, unfortunately, you don't want your cards to fall apart.
Yeah, that is kind of a bummer. Yeah, tape is important. Okay, a couple more notes before we have to say goodbye. Let's see. Who was? Barbara. Oh, Barbara's first timer. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Stephanie, hey, everyone. Tuning late from Pennsylvania. My credit card. My credit card and I are enjoying the craft day. Hi, Stephanie. Judith, I love her stuff. I have lots of her items. That's Lisa Horton. Brenda says, great show, ladies. Thank you, Brenda. Julie says, thank you so much for a fun show. Kathy, I just joined and posted some of my cards I made using Lisa's stencils and folders. Thank you, Kathy. So welcome to our HSN crafting page. Jill said, crafting is always cheaper than therapy. God knows that is the truth. That needs to be a t-shirt. I got to add that to my t-shirts that I'm designing, right? Lenine says, what a great evening, Barbara. This is a great video. I'm addicted to. Awesome. Star says, thank you for the show. Get some rest, Suzanne. What a long crafting day for you. Yes, I launched it. It is a very, very long crafting day, but I'm so passionate about you guys, and I love doing the show so much that I'm hanging in there. I'm doing okay, but thank you. Nancy says, I've already joined the group, Suzanne, but I don't think that is what he had in mind. Your husband? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Barbara says, my first night here and loved it all. We'll definitely watch you again. Thank you. Thanks, Barbara. Myrna says, thank you. Judith says, love my jacket. Yeah, it was a custom made. I bought it at an art show. Coletta says, great show. Penny says, thank you, Suzanne. First time watching. I did join the group. Hi, Penny. Hi, everybody. Suzette, need to find another job to maintain my crafting habits. Isn't that the truth? Debbie says, don't use glue dot runners as they dry out. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Debbie says, don't use glue dot runners as they dry out. That's fine. I have dot adhesive that I love, but I like dot matrix because it doesn't stick to the parts it's not supposed to stick to. But Suzette says, enjoy the show. Lee says, thanks, Marilyn. Suzanne, pleasure as always. Thank you so much. Joyce says, I use tacky glue. Tonic and Aleene's are best for me, and Scotch double stick tape. Maureen, I totally agree. Let's see. Lee said, ignore the hubs. Crafting is my happy place. Betty says, thanks, Suzanne. I love watching you. You seem so helpful. My first time. Welcome, Betty. Make sure, Nancy says, so maybe my insurer may cover this. All right, Maureen asks, and this will be a good time before I say goodbye to Marilyn. You know what, Marilyn? I'm going to say goodbye to you. I'm going to show the kit one more time, and then Maureen wants to know, how do we join the group? So I'll do that again. So Marilyn, as always, you are fabulous, and I love having you because you really do come up with some amazing ideas for all of us.
Well, thank you very much. I enjoyed being here, and I hope everyone has a great time crafting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me show you the kit one more time. So there's three things basically talked about. Right here, this is the multi-tool. It's super, super cool. Remember, you can do all the stenciling, you get the stencil die, you get all the tools. When you flip it over, you can do the scoring, and you get the felt cover case, which has a pocket, so you can store it, and you can actually put stuff in the pocket as well. Then we had this. This is the 3D dimensional die that was so beautiful. Even by itself with white paper, it was amazing. And you can do a lot of techniques just by getting the die. It includes the outside die to cut it out, and then this gives you that incredible, like really big 3D dimension. If you want to do the stencils that you saw, let's say on this card or this card, the one Marilyn was working on, this one is also available, and it's called Layering Stencils Wildflower Spray. But if you go to hsn.com, you're going to see a huge assortment from Lisa that'll work back to this tool. So that's that part. Now let's talk about the new Facebook page. It just launched a couple days ago, and I think we're at almost 1,400 people, and it only went live a few days ago, so I'm thrilled. And what the page for me is all about is finally get a chance to see what you guys do, because you always see what I do when I'm out here. We also are really supportive, trying to help people, get people started. I try to answer questions. You guys are answering questions. So what you do is you go to Facebook and you just type in HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne. I don't know, do you need the Runyon part too, do you think? Just Suzanne, okay. So HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne. It's gonna ask you if you wanna join, and then we're gonna say, okay, and then you're in, okay? And then if we scroll down, we've had so much fun. In less than a week, we have tons of you posting your ideas and your projects and asking questions, and I just love it. I'm so happy about this page, and I'm so happy that you guys love it too. You'll be really inspired. I've been posting a lot of stuff. I'm going to hopefully be doing a lot of that. We're actually taking surveys and polls and things like that. So if you've not seen the page, that's how you get to it. Go to Facebook and type in the search, HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne, and should take you right there. And please feel free to post. This is all about sharing our ideas and our love and really getting all of our crafting cuties in one place so that we can just have a lot of fun beyond just our Tuesday nights. So that's the scoop there. Are there 1,500 now? Oh, so exciting. I'm just so thrilled about it. And I really hope it grows to be huge. I mean, it could really be a neat experience, and I love it. Okay, so here's what I'd love to do. For the next Tuesday, now we're going to go to what's our new regular time. Hopefully we'll stick with that pretty often. We'll be at 8 p.m. next Tuesday. And what we're doing every other Tuesday is called Technique Tuesdays. So I take an idea and I'm going to show you multiple techniques to do with it. And it's really, really fun. And I hope to surprise you. I start very basic, so those of you who are beginners say, okay, I can do that. And then I hope to surprise you with some more advanced techniques. So I do start very basic. So, you know, and you guys are great. So those of you who go, oh, I know that, that's fine. You just hang with me. And then I'll get more complicated or I get more interesting as the technique goes on during our time together. So that's next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. East Coast time. We'll join together right here. Now, the cool thing about it is you can go to HSN page and link through, or you can go to our new Facebook community page, our new group, and you can watch us through that too, and I can still see your comments. So it's been so much fun. If you go to hsn.com, you also see all of our crafting goodies. Please remember our 5 Flex on Crafting ends tonight at midnight, so we're getting darn close to that. And don't forget we have 5 Flex pays on all crafts today as well. What? Your face just popped.
We sold out of the stencil.
Oh, the stencil's sold out? Oh my gosh. Okay, so is the 3D still available? You guys, if you're getting the stencil, you really probably want to get the 3D to go with it, because that takes this to a whole, or this by itself is super cool, because you can just use any inks and have it pick up on the raised effect, or cut pieces out or layer or whatever you want to do.
Only 10 left.
There's only 10 left of this. So if you want the 3D stencil that does come with the die, which allows you to cut it out, do the drop, that whole thing. There's only 10 of these now remaining. And we're okay on the tool itself. We're in pretty good shape on the tool. All right, so on that note, I gotta have a drink and get some rest. And it's gonna be in that order. All right, I love you all, my crafting cuties. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you on the air soon. And of course, see you back here on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Goodbye, love you, happy crafting day.